Hello everyone, welcome to Science in Everyday Life series with Dr.Vivek Rana. Hope you are doing well. Topic for today's discussion is difference between oxygen concentrators and liquid medical oxygen. The second wave of COVID-19 pandemic is proving to be a nightmare for India. Already we had seen a grim milestone of over 4 lakh cases in a single day, and from past 1 week there has not been a single day where cases have come down below 3 lakhs. So as India battles for COVID-19, there is an alarming situation where people are gasping for oxygen, and there is intra-specific struggle to secure oxygen concentrators and oxygen cylinders. So let's just decode what exactly is the working of oxygen concentrator, and then we will compare it with liquid medical oxygen. So first and foremost, oxygen concentrators works on basic principle by concentrating atmospheric oxygen. We all know that in atmosphere the most abundant gas is nitrogen. It's 78%. And then we have 21% oxygen, and there is remnants of carbon dioxide, argon and water vapor which constitute less than 1%. So what oxygen concentrator is doing, it is accumulating the atmospheric air and then using pressure swing adsorption technology to separate nitrogen using molecular sieves and then releasing it back to the atmosphere. It only accumulates oxygen, and then depending upon requirement of patient, oxygen supply is regulated and it is delivered to patient through a nasal cannula, which is quite convenient to deliver. So what makes it different from the liquid medical oxygen? The first and foremost, the purity of oxygen, because in oxygen concentrator the purity of oxygen is 90 to 95%. Whereas in liquid medical oxygen, this purity goes further higher, it's almost 99% pure. So basically, if a patient is having a low oxygen saturation, say if oximeter reading is showing less than 90 and is having mild to moderate symptoms of COVID-19, then this oxygen concentrator can be used because it can deliver oxygen from varying from 1 to 10 liters per minute. Whereas in case of intensive care patient having severe COVID symptoms and is on verge of collapse, then it's always preferable to go for liquid medical oxygen, because that patient would be might be requiring almost 40 to 50 liters of oxygen per minute, which oxygen concentrator would not be able to provide. Then coming to portability, oxygen concentrator is convenient one. It can easily be moved from one room to another, and whereas oxygen cylinders, if we look at the logistics, they require cryogenic tankers for their storage as well as for transportation. So there is additional logistic cost involved. Now maintaining oxygen concentrator is not too cumbersome. It only requires power source, and if you are maintaining it, it can easily last for an year or even 5 years. Whereas once again for oxygen cylinders you will have to secure because they are in short supply, and there are additional transportation costs. You can see states like Haryana procuring these oxygen cylinders from Odisha, so there is additional logistic cost involved in importing that liquid medical oxygen in case of emergency situations. Otherwise on basic days there is no such emergency, and then cost is variable. Now coming to the individual cost, initial capital investment is higher in case of oxygen concentrator, because in market its price is varying from 40,000 to 90,000. Whereas in case of oxygen cylinder the cost is 8,000 to 20,000, but then you take the entire picture, these costs are almost comparable. So we can sum up by saying that for home isolation or for mild to moderate symptoms, oxygen concentrator can be the device of choice, whereas in case of ICU patients you have to rely on liquid medical oxygen under doctor supervision, which will use the face mask. So we have to make an informed choice, and it all doctors choice is always the preferred one to go about it, because we cannot afford to experiment or hoard unnecessarily such devices which can be of critical care in the coming future, because next 2 or 3 weeks are going to be crucial for India's response to COVID-19, and hopefully we can stay strong and get vaccinated as soon as possible. All those who are eligible, we will able to pass this off tough time just like we passed off the first phase. Wishing all the best in your preparation as well. Stay focused, stay strong. In case of any assistance, you can always reach out. We will always be ready to help you. So I hope this small session was useful in some way in clearing your basic doubt about the everyday science, the topic. And thank you very much. Have a nice day.